Hello and welcome to God and Country. I don't know how your week is going, but my week has been wonderful. I mean, Tuesday could not have gone any better than what it did. I mean, when you look at the elections all across the U.S., you look at how well Donald Trump did in all of the swing states, all across America. When you look at the House, when you look at the Senate, I mean, it was a great day on Tuesday. I'm still rejoicing in the fact that Donald Trump won the way that he did. Now, I thought that he was going to win, and I thought that he was going to win big, but I didn't really think that he was going to win that big. And as good as we did in the Senate, it's just remarkable. And I'm still really excited about just how it went on Tuesday. And once again, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, following us on Facebook or Twitter, wherever it is that you're watching, please subscribe to our God and Country. I'd appreciate it very much. And then, of course, as I always ask, people to share as much as possible. I couldn't say this any better, but we the people have spoken. We the people have spoken. And so whenever you look at what happened and took place on Tuesday in the House and the Senate, of course, the White House, we the people have spoken. We've made it very clear that America is not ready, nor I don't think we ever will be ready to head in the direction that Kamala Harris and Tim Walz wants to take America. Listen to me very carefully. Tim Walz is a radical. The man is borderline crazy. I mean, whenever you're debating or whenever you're passing legislation to put tampons in boy bathrooms, you're crazy. You're nuts. America's not ready for that. America doesn't want that type of person to be the vice president. And so the fact that Kamala Harris picked Tim Walz just shows how lost the Democrat Party is. And the Democrat Party has some soul searching to do whenever it comes to the people that they are putting in certain positions. I mean, they have some soul searching to do, and even the all of that party does. And I'm not sure if they quite understand just the pulse of America, because whenever you look at this, and I want to show you this, and I want you to watch this for a moment, because they're comparing Joe Biden's election to Kamala Harris, and they're showing you how if Kamala Harris outperformed Joe Biden, back in 2020. Watch this video for a moment. Just watch and listen to this.
Are there any places that the vice president is overperforming Joe Biden in 2020? So we could show you that as well. We just bring that out here. Harris overperforming in 2020.
Holy smokes.
There you go. So let this go away and see if there's anything on the east side there.
Literally nothing?
Literally nothing.
So absolutely nothing. And you just watched it right there. I mean, whenever you look at that map, there is nothing. She is not overperforming anywhere when you look at that map. I want to show it to you again. And watch this. And I'm going to stop it. I'm going to stop this map.
There you go. So let this go.
Right there. Nothing. There is nowhere that she overperformed. Matter of fact, she underperformed in many of those areas that you're seeing on the map. And there's nothing. There's no place where she did better than Joe Biden.
Go away and see if there's anything on the east side there.
Literally nothing?
Literally nothing.
Literally
not one area, not one county, not one place did she do better than Joe Biden. She did worse. Ladies and gentlemen, we the people, we spoke, and we told the House, and we told the Senate, and we told the White House, this is what we expect. And there was a lot of promises made, and I can't wait. I am excited about Donald Trump and the direction and some of the things that I'm hearing about some of the people that he's going to put in certain positions, and like hearing what Kennedy is going to do and what Kennedy is saying about whenever it comes to the health. I mean, I'm excited about that. I think it's great. And then there's a lot of other names that I'm hearing for Secretary of Defense, Secretary of State, the ambassador to the UN. I mean, just the chief of staff. I mean, all of these things that Donald Trump is going to do. He's going to appoint rock solid people in these positions that are going to do a great job. And I can't wait. That's why, ladies and gentlemen, you and I, every single day, we need to be praying for this man. Every single day we need to be praying for Donald Trump and the cabinet and the people that he puts in place, his team. We need to be praying for them, that God will give them wisdom as they lead this nation. And so you and I as Christians, and you and I as Republicans and as conservatives, we need to be praying for them each and every day. I was having a conversation today with my brother, and we were talking about things, and I said, listen, I'm a Christian first. I'm a Christian first. I'm a conservative second, and I'm a Republican. And in that order, I'm a Christian first. I was having another conversation with somebody else today, and they were talking about Republicans and Democrats, and I made this statement. I said, if you have a Democrat that is running in a particular area that a Republican cannot win, and if they are pro-life, and if they are pro-Second Amendment, and if they are pro-Constitution, I think that there are still some of those out there that are Democrats that believe I know for a fact they are, because I know some. They're pro-life, they're pro-Second Amendment, they're pro-Constitution, they love America, they love their state, and they want to see their state move in the right direction. They live in an area a Republican cannot win. And if you have two Democrats running, and if one of those Democrats is pro-life, pro-Second Amendment, pro-Constitution, loves our country, America first, I'm going to support that candidate over the other candidate every single day, twice on Sunday. Of course, I will always support the Republican. But I'll say this, if there's a Republican that is not pro-life, if there's a Republican that's not pro-Constitution, if there's a Republican that is not for the Second Amendment, he's not going to get our support. Matter of fact, he's going to lose out. I don't see how you can be Republican and be against those things. I don't see how they can be. I don't see how that could coexist, but I'm sure they're out there. And if they are out there, they need to leave the Republican Party. But my point is, I'm sure there's a few out there like that. And if there is, then we need to defeat them. They need to be beat. You know, there's a terminology. I don't like to call names. I don't get into all of that. Ryan, a Republican, a name only. And I know there are many out there that are like that. They vote to raise the debt ceiling. They vote to raise the debt. They vote to expand government. They're up there fighting to expand certain things that we need to be getting rid of. You know, why would anybody be for lowering taxes and cutting taxes? I don't see how any Republican can be for expanding taxes. I don't understand that. But anyway, my point is, you and I as Christians, as Republicans, as conservatives, we need to be praying for our elected officials. We need to be praying for them, but we need to hold their feet to the fire. We need to hold their feet to the fire. Listen, Kennedy has made a lot of statements and he said a lot of things that he's going to do if Donald Trump puts him in certain positions. Well, Kennedy, you need to do it. And President Trump, I have no doubt that President Trump will deliver on the promises that he made. He did it in his first term, and Donald Trump will do it now in his second term. He delivered in the first, and he will deliver now. And I want you to listen to this. This is the attorney for Donald Trump. And I want you to listen to this. And there's one bad word in there, and I apologize. But listen to this. Listen to this.
To Big Tish James, the New York Attorney General, I dare you to try to continue your lawfare against President Trump in his second term, because listen here, sweetheart, we're not messing around this time, and we will put your fat ass in prison for conspiracy against rights, and I promise you that. So think long and hard before you want to violate President Trump's constitutional rights or any other American's constitutional rights. It's not.
Donald Trump's not going to be playing around. Donald Trump is not going. Listen, and this is what the left. This is what they don't want. They did not want Donald Trump to have a second term. They fought against it. They did everything in their power to stop Donald Trump from getting elected. They know that Donald Trump is going to go in there, and Donald Trump is going to clean house. Kennedy is going to go in there, and he's going to clean house. Whoever he puts in these other positions, they're going to go in, and they're going to clean house, and they should. Because, ladies and gentlemen, this past Tuesday, we the people, we made a bold statement around the United States of America. When you look at the United States of America and you see all of that red, we made a statement, and we're not backing down. We are not backing up. We are not backing down. We're going to continue to stand for the things that we believe. We're going to continue to fight for life. We're going to continue to fight for the health of our children. We're going to continue to fight for the Constitution. We are not going to back up. We are not going to back down. It's not happening. Not even a little bit. And you and I, we need to continue to push. We need to continue to push. Now that we have the Senate, I wonder who the Senate Majority Leader is going to be. Now listen, boy, I'm going to make some of you mad whenever I say this, and that's fine. If you get mad at me, that's oh well. I sure hope that they don't go to D.C. and make Mitch McConnell the Senate Majority Leader. It is time for a new Senate Majority Leader. It is time for Mitch McConnell to vacate. It is time for Mitch McConnell to sit down. I would love to see Rand Paul as Senate Majority Leader. I would love to see him as the Senate Majority Leader. You talking about cleaning house. You put somebody like Rand Paul as Senate Majority Leader, I would love for him to be there. Absolutely would love it. And it's time for Mitch McConnell to go ahead and ride off in the sunset. You know, it's time. It's time. I would love to see Rand Paul. As I'm not sure if that happened. I would just love to see Senator Rand Paul. Before I wrap up, I just want to say just a few other things, because I really believe that certain Christians are going to kind of let up a little bit. You know, we had a big win Tuesday, and some people want to kind of let up a little bit. Well, now's not the time to let up. Now is the time more than ever to push the metal to the floor. When it comes to your church, now's not the time to let up. Now's the time to press forward. Whenever it comes to whatever ministry you're involved in your church, now is not the time to back up. Now is the time to push the metal to the floor. If you're involved in any political movements that are conservative and Christian and strong, now's not the time to back up. Now more than ever, it is time to push forward and to fight for what we believe in as conservatives and to fight for what we believe in as Christians. I've even heard a few people say, you know, well, now that we have the House and the Senate and the White House, then we can back off a little bit and we could take it easy. No, now's not the time. Because Republicans can make bad decisions as well. And so we need to be looking, we need to be watching, and we need to keep our ear to the ground, and we need to inform people, especially whenever it comes to certain votes that they're going to be taken. We need to be informing people to make sure that our Republican House, our Republican Senate, and the White House makes good, informed decisions. There's some things that America, that we don't need to be involved in, and we need to let our voices be heard. We don't need to be involved in wars in other countries. You know, I'm okay with absolutely, I'm perfectly fine with helping Israel, but we need to back off of some of these other places, and we need to leave some of these things alone. And Donald Trump will take care of that. He'll take care of Ukraine and Russia. Before Donald Trump, my prediction is this: before Donald Trump is sworn in, the war in Ukraine and Russia, that'll be over. They'll come up with a peace agreement. Hamas and Israel, there'll be a ceasefire, and all these other people are going to get right in line. It'll happen. It'll happen 100%. But we need to make sure that it does. We need to make sure that we're holding our Republican Senate, our Republican House, and the White House keep their feet to the fire. I'm not worried about Donald Trump. Donald Trump, he's going to do what the man said he's going to do. He's got a record. He has a record. For his first 4 years, he did what he said he was going to do, and I'm not concerned with Donald Trump doing what he said he was going to do. He's going to do it. Him and J.D. Vance, they're going to get it done. They're probably working right now, you know, and so they're going to work around the clock, you know, whenever it comes to working to get the America First agenda rolling. I'm not worried about Donald Trump. I'm worried about the Senate. I'm worried about some of those people in the Senate. I'm worried about the House. I'm worried about some of those in the House. I'm worried about who controls them, you know, who controls some of those senators. I'm worried about some of those people. You know, some of those people don't have a backbone. Some of those people will do whatever somebody else tells them to do. They can't stand on their own 2 feet. I'm worried about some of them. I'm not going to get into name calling tonight. As we get into session, we'll do whatever we have to do. We're going to hold their feet to the fire. We're not going to back up. I don't care where they're from. I don't care how conservative they claim to be. We'll hold their feet to the fire. If they're going to go to D.C., and if they're going to do what they said if they're going to go against what they told us they were going to do, we need to absolutely be blowing up their phones and calling and sending emails and bugging them until they do what they said they were going to do. They need to 100% support the Donald Trump agenda, the Donald Trump first, the Donald Trump Keep America First agenda. Absolutely, they need to support that agenda. When it comes to his cabinet, they need to get him confirmed immediately. Last time he had to fight to get him confirmed. When it comes to his judges that he appoints, they need to get them confirmed quickly. They don't need to be up there playing around, holding different positions hostage to try to get their way, their things pushed through. That's what Mitch McConnell will do. He'll hold cabinet positions hostage. He'll hold judge positions hostage to try to push his agenda. Mitch McConnell's about Mitch McConnell. That's what he's about, 100%. He's about Mitch McConnell. He ain't about Donald Trump. He's not about America First agenda. And we need to make sure that we hold their feet to the fire whenever it comes to the America First agenda and helping get Donald Trump's agenda through, and let's make it happen. Day one, it needs to be like a train, like this red train, this red wave that just came through this past Tuesday. That's how it needs to be when Donald Trump is sworn in. It needs to be moving. We've got to keep this train rolling. We don't have time to hit the brakes. We got to keep it rolling. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching God and Country. I appreciate it very much. If you haven't already shared, maybe you're watching on X, maybe you're watching on Facebook, maybe Substack, YouTube, share. Please share. It helps us get out our message. And I really appreciate all of you and the messages, the emails, the phone calls that we get here. You know, they're very encouraging to us. And I appreciate it very much. And may we never forget to pray for Donald Trump every day. Pray for his wife. Pray for J.D. Vance, Vice President-elect. Pray for him. Pray for his wife. Pray for their families. Pray that God will give them wisdom. Pray that God will keep them safe. Pray that the Lord will put his hand of protection about them. May God bless you, and may God continue to bless the great United States of America.